Town Hall 9's You Spoke in the Polls, You Demand Content. We're going to talk about the 4 most basic strategies you must know for Clan War at Town Hall 9. Stay tuned. What's going on, guys? Joe here, coming at you today from Town Hall 9. Today we're going to be doing a countdown of the 4 most used strategies at Town Hall 9. If you are not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that subscription button and turn on notifications, and check out the quick tip series that I'm going to be providing you guys with a more in-depth detail how-to on how to complete these attacks. Coming in at number 4, we have the Queen Walk Witchslap. It's definitely one of those strategies that could be considered an advanced strategy. It requires a lot of attention to detail and a lot of different planning factors. You have to understand how to Queen Walk first, and then you also have to understand the witches and where they're going to go and how they're going to react. So in this case here, we have a few healers on the Queen and a few healers on the witches. This attack strategy was used 4 times in this war alone. So that's, you know, it's a lot. It's more than enough time. So clearly our attacker has mastered this attack strategy. Now you have to understand what the Queen can take on, how many defenses, especially point defenses, she can take on alone, and then also being patient enough to set the funnel and create the funnel for our troops to go into the core of the base. We have bowlers in the core there battling it out with clan castle troops and the enemy archer queen in a moment once they hit the jump spell. But you could replace this number 4 strategy with a dragon attack. Again, another attack strategy that is very limited to specific base types. You have to be able to get rid of air defenses for those. But back on topic here, as you notice, our queen is in a danger zone. She's going to take on the enemy queen, and her ability has to be used. So again, this attack strategy is very viable, and it is still very much used in Clan War at Town Hall 9 right now. But again, you have to understand the 2 different components of the attack in order to be successful with the attack. As you notice, we have our witches moving around our corner over here in the west, and they're going to be picked off, or the skeletons are being picked off by the archer towers. Our queen is working around cleaning, and it also becomes a time factor as well, as you know, when it comes to this attack strategy, for that queen to go around and do cleanup. If you lose your queen, you have nothing up there cleaning up, because as you notice in the army composition, there is absolutely nothing left on the back end. So a big focus on the witches to be successful, the bowlers being successful in the core of the base, and if you're unsuccessful with either 2 of these items, you're probably going to fail. Coming in at number 3, we do have the Lalo Army, and I'm putting it at number 3 because I want to consider it as another advanced strategy, something that requires a lot of practice, a lot of precision, and a lot of hero levels and troop levels. You can't necessarily just go dropping balloons and being successful. I know at least I am horrible about dropping balloons and being successful right off the bat. So when it comes to the Lalo armies, you have to have a plan for getting rid of the air defenses. You have to have a plan for getting rid of the enemy queen, and you have to have a plan for what's in that clan castle. If there's a baby dragon in the clan castle and you have nothing to get rid of that baby dragon, you're going to lose your balloons. The baby dragons will take out balloons very, very fast. Now, as you notice, the queen and the king were able to take care of a few defenses over there on the western side of the base. They were used in a suicide fashion, meaning the heroes were dropped alone with no healer support, and they go in and take out a few structures. Most of the time, this is used to take out an air defense. In this case, it was not. So we have 2 groups of balloons coming in. We have a group coming up from the south, and then we have a group coming in from the east over here. Now, you will use rage spells and the haste spells in order to move your balloons quicker, faster, to get them in on the air defenses and try to take them down. A skeleton spell is used to take care of the archer queen in this situation. Sometimes you could use your heroes to do so. As you can tell, though, this attacker, the attack alone fizzled out. There only a few balloons remaining. You got a heal spell. So again, maybe not the best strategy for this base, but he was successful in getting the 3-star. But again, you can also see where precision and accuracy and a lot of practice comes into play when it comes to using the balloons. Some people use the balloons very, very proficiently, and they make it look extremely easy. When it comes to your lava hounds, in this case, you will notice we do want the lava hound to pop. You must have it pop in order to be successful with the cleanup on the back end of the attacks and getting rid of the other trash ring structures on the outside of the base. We do have a few defenses remaining, and as you notice, there was a lava hound in the clan castle, so they were able to deal with that lava hound and keep it occupied with minions. But again, once it popped, you have to deal with all the pups, and that's where this wizard comes into play. And even then, the wizard was unsuccessful with getting all of the pups down. So it did go all the way to the end of the attack, and thankfully our attacker had enough time. with balloons, it does go fast if you are precise with the drops and getting everything moving through the base. In this case, it seemed to be a little bit longer of a raid than necessary. Number 2 is going to be one of my all-time favorites, the Hog Rider Golem armies. I loved this when I was at Town Hall 9. I loved hogs. I don't know why. I was just really decent with Hog Riders. Now, in this composition, our attacker is coming in with a very, very large funnel, meaning they are covering a large portion of the base on the outside to get rid of a lot of those trash ring structures. 3 golems are used. That's a lot of army composition derived towards the kill squad. The kill squad being the troops that you start out with in the beginning. So the focus here is to get in and get rid of the enemy clan castle and get rid of the enemy queen. You must get rid of those troops and that hero in order to be successful with Hog Riders. Now, the plan here is to clean up all this trash on the outside of the base, find some giant bombs, and get the bowlers to go into the base. That is the intent here. You want your bowlers to go in where the poison spell is. You want to get the heroes in there, the queen to follow. So you have to get rid of all this trash on the outside of the base in order to be successful. Now, our attacker only brings 12 hogs. That's because a bulk of this attack is focused on the kill squad. The kill squad is supposed to get rid of a lot of structures and defenses in order to be successful with this attack. Now, there are a lot of different compositions in order to do this. You can use 2 golems and a few wizards and a few baby dragons for the funnel, and then a lot of hog riders on the back end, about 23, 24. It depends. It's been a little while on numbers there. I could be a little inaccurate on those numbers. But, however, this is a very powerful army and a very good army for starters who are not very successful with balloons, and they are no good at queen walking. It does not hurt to be, bring it back to the basics, reel it in, and start out with just golems, wizards to set your funnel, get your clan castle troops to go into the core of the base and take care of the queen and the clan castle to use your hogs and take care of the defenses. Now, as you see, our attacker does kind of split up the hog riders. Most of the time I've seen the hog riders just dropped in one pile and they will go around the base. In this case, our attacker might have been worried about spring traps or giant bombs, and they didn't want to just rush their hogs in there to die. So again, number 2, very viable strategy for you guys. Swag hogs at the end. Let's take a look at number 1. Coming in at number 1 is the almighty Witchslap. This attack strategy is very user-friendly. It is definitely a strategy that is sought for by attackers from all over. At Town Hall 9, I have seen more Witchslaps in the last couple of days than I've seen in obviously a really long time. But I've made multiple attack replays or multiple strategy videos on this attack. There's multiple variants of the attack. You can bring jump spells to get your troops to go into the base. You can bring earthquakes to open up the base and send your troops in. It really doesn't matter. It's again, it's extremely user friendly. So really, when it comes down to the witches, you have to understand that you want your witches to go on the outsides of the base. You want a group of them to stay on the outside and take care of the trash structures on the outside of the base. You must, I say again, you must have your golems, your heroes, your barbarian king and queen, and your clan caster bowlers get into the base. You must get them in. You can use a heal spell to keep your bowlers going, but the idea is for the bulk of your army, being the royals and the bowlers, to proceed through the base and take care of the defenses in the core of the base. And most of the time, this attack strategy is used on open concept layouts. It's very successful on open concept layout bases. And it, again, I can't say it enough. It's extremely user friendly. So if you're not familiar with hogs, you're no good with balloons, and you really don't like the idea of taking on a queen walk by yourself, definitely try a Witchslap attack. It is one of those strategies that you could pick up very easily and be successful in your clans. Just trying it out realistically. So anyways, that's going to wrap us up as our troops clean up. Stay on the lookout for the quick tips video series. We're going to be going back, taking a look at these replays and breaking down what the attacker is doing and why. That way you can understand what you're looking at in future wars. And again, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and thanks for watching, guys.